There's this larger-than-life, mythic quality. Combination of youth, ignorance, and drunkenness.
And action.
At one point or another, all three of those things meet. Dillinger, who was extremely savvy for a guy who's, basically come up from nowhere, knew that his love for the people and the people's love for him would work in his favor. There was a sort of a Robin Hood in John Dillinger, and he used that. I mean, he was not dumb. He didn't see himself as a criminal in a bad way. I mean, he went out there as a rock and roll star, John Dillinger. He spoke to them and owned them while he was speaking to them. He was very, very charismatic, very powerful in that way. And every time he spoke, he made Hoover and his boys look like chimps, I think the fascination is well earned, I think Dillinger worked hard for it, and with a lot of those people, because they were able to get away with, for at least a certain period, they were able to get away with all the stuff that everybody wanted to be able to get away with.
And to this day, he is the agent who was responsible for catching the most public enemies. That record has still not been broken. And I think the media just couldn't get enough of him. And Purvis was always very consistent in not wishing to take praise solely for himself. He always said it was an agency-wide success, and then he always would congratulate Hoover, who was very much Melvin's mentor and inspiration. But regardless, the media loved Melvin.
I'm sure Christian would have a different point of view on this than I do, but I don't think they were evenly matched. I think Dillinger was his instinct and his abilities far surpassed that of Purvis, but especially at the time, I think Purvis was given virtually an impossible task. And he obviously had done very well, but I think that, again, to reiterate, the only reason that they got Dillinger was because somebody ratted him out. That's it. Other than that, they'd still be debating where he ended up to this day, I'm sure of it.
It's cops and robbers, in essence. And that was what was so entertaining about that era. And the notion of what people could get away with. Things which, in this era, just, not possible.
When she got arrested in April '34, she could have told the FBI a lot of things, and she never did, because she couldn't betray her love.
The Dillinger crew, these guys were just, it was perfect casting. I'd rob a bank with any one of those guys if they wanted to. Tomorrow.